Brainstorming and creative techniques. So you've learned to see sparks of ideas everywhere. Excellent. But what do you do when you only have a vague notion, or conversely, 100 chaotic thoughts that just won't come together into a coherent whole? This is where creative techniques and brainstorming come into play. These aren't just buzzwords, they are powerful tools that will help you systematize ideas, generate new ones, and look at a problem from a completely unexpected angle. Imagine your idea is a tiny seed. Brainstorming and creative techniques are like the fertile soil, water, and sunlight that will help it sprout and grow into a strong tree. Mind mapping, from chaos to structure. Have you ever felt like your brain is an overcrowded attic where thoughts are piled up and you can't find what you need? A mind map is your personal guide to this attic, helping you organize everything and find connections where you didn't see them before. What is it? It's a visual tool that helps structure information and generate ideas, starting from a central concept and branching out into smaller topics. Instead of linear notes, you create a tree-like structure using words, images, colors, and symbols. How does it work in practice? Start with the center. In the center of a large sheet of paper, or a digital board, write your main problem, idea, or question. For example, how to improve the grocery shopping process, or idea, pet care service. Main branches. From the central idea, draw several thick lines branches. Each will represent a key area or aspect of your central idea. For pet care, these could be services, clients, marketing, operations, finance. Branching out. From each main branch, draw thinner branches, detailing each aspect. For services, these could be dog walking, pet sitting, grooming, veterinary services. For dog walking, hourly, subscription, GPS tracking. Use colors, pictures, symbols. Don't be afraid to make your map vibrant and expressive. Visual elements stimulate the brain and help establish associations faster. Let your thoughts flow. The main rule is to not censor yourself. Write down everything that comes to mind, even if it seems silly or unrelated. The goal is to generate the maximum number of ideas. You can always filter out the unnecessary ones later. Why does it work? Mind mapping imitates the natural thought process, associative, non-linear. It helps bypass logical blocks and discover new connections between seemingly disparate concepts. You'll find that an idea that seemed simple can actually branch into dozens of possibilities. SCAMPER, a framework for creative thinking. If you're stuck and feel like your ideas have run dry, SCAMPER can help. It's an acronym, and each letter stands for an action you can apply to your idea, product, or service to look at them in a new way. SCAMPER is like a magic wand for your creativity, allowing you to see hidden opportunities. Let's look at each point, using something more universal and understandable for the modern world as an example, such as online education or a food delivery service. S. Substitute. What can be changed for something else? This technique suggests replacing one element of your idea with another. Sometimes a small substitution leads to a completely new product or service that can disrupt the market. Example: online education. What if you replace live instructors with AI-powered virtual assistants? This could reduce costs, make learning available 24/7, and provide instant feedback. What if you replace traditional video lectures with interactive simulations or virtual reality? Instead of passive viewing, the student is immersed in real scenarios, which improves material retention. What if you replace standard tests with gamified quests or competitions? This turns boring assessment into an engaging process. In your idea, think about what can be substituted: materials, functions, processes, technologies, people, location, time, energy source. How can changing one element transform the entire concept? C. Combine. What can be combined with something else? This technique encourages you to merge your idea with something that seems unrelated. Often, the most revolutionary ideas are born at the intersection of different fields. Example, food delivery service. What if you combine food delivery with a waste recycling service? The courier brings food and also picks up recyclable waste. This adds value for the customer and addresses an environmental issue. What if you add entertainment elements to food delivery, such as live streams from the chef's kitchen during meal preparation? This turns an ordinary process into a unique culinary experience. In your idea, what elements, functions, services, technologies, or even ideas from other areas can be combined to create something new, unique, and more valuable? A. Adapt. What can be adapted from other areas or products? Look around. Perhaps the solution to your problem already exists in another industry or cultural context. Your task is to take that idea and adapt it to your own. Example, online education. How can the principles of personal training from the fitness industry be adapted to education? This could lead to a personal mentor system for each student, with an individualized plan and regular feedback. How can a loyalty system from retail be adapted? Bonuses for completed assignments, discounts on new courses, progress levels, all of this can increase student engagement. How can elements of social interaction from social media be adapted? Creating interest groups, the ability to share knowledge, liking others' achievements, all of this makes learning more engaging and collaborative. In your idea, what ideas, technologies, processes, business models, or solutions from completely different industries or cultures can be applied to your field? M. Modify, magnify, minify. What can be changed, enlarged, or reduced? This technique suggests playing with the scale, form, properties, or appearance of your idea. By changing the size or adding, removing details, new niches can be discovered. Example, food delivery service. Modify. What if you modify the food packaging so that it heats the food on its way? Modification of functionality. Magnify, enlarge. What if you increase delivery speed to a few minutes using drones or robots? Increasing speed. Or increase the number of delivery options infinitely. Air delivery. Delivery with songs and dances. Expanding scope. Minify, reduce. What if you reduce portion sizes so people can try more different dishes? Reducing size. Or offer delivery of only one type of product, for example, only desserts, but of the highest quality. Reducing assortment, focusing on a niche. In your idea, what can be changed in size, shape, color, sound, smell, material? What can be emphasized, exaggerated, added? What can be reduced, simplified, eliminated? P. Put to another use. How can this be used differently? This technique helps find new applications for your product or service that weren't originally intended. Example, online education. Can the online education platform be used for corporate training within companies? Application for business. Can the courses be adapted to teach people with disabilities? Another target group. In your idea, how can your product or service be used in unexpected scenarios, for other target groups, or in other industries? E. Eliminate. What can be removed, simplified, or eliminated? This technique urges you to remove everything unnecessary. Sometimes, by getting rid of superfluous elements, you make a product or service more effective, clearer, or cheaper. Example, food delivery service. What if you eliminate the menu and offer a dish of the day to simplify selection? Eliminating complexity. What if you remove the option for cash payment, leaving only online payments? Simplifying the payment process and increasing security. In your idea, what can be removed without losing core value? What rules, parts, functions, or features can be eliminated for simplification, cost reduction, or improved user experience? R. Reverse, rearrange. What can be turned upside down, done in reverse, or reordered? This technique suggests looking at your idea from the opposite side or changing the order of actions. Sometimes, the most groundbreaking solutions are found where no one expects them. Example: online education. What if instead of the student paying for the course, they are paid for completing the course and achieving results? Reversing the financial model, an incentive for learning. What if instead of the teacher teaching, the students teach each other, with the teacher only moderating, reversing roles? What if instead of a fixed schedule, learning starts whenever it's convenient for the student and lessons adjust to their speed, rearranging the process? In your idea, what would happen if you did the opposite? Changed the sequence? Looked from the opposite point of view? Did the reverse of what is usually done directly? Scamper forces your brain to think outside the box and consider every aspect of an idea from different angles. It's like putting on different pairs of glasses. Through one, you see only the outline. Through another, details. Through a third, colors. Apply Scamper to your problem, product, service, or even the process itself, and you'll be surprised how many new ideas emerge. Reverse brainstorming, seeking the problem to find the solution. Typically, brainstorming aims to find solutions. Reverse brainstorming is a technique that turns everything upside down. Instead of asking, "How do we solve this problem?" logically you ask, "How can we cause this problem?" Or, "How can we make the situation worse?" Sounds strange, but it's incredibly effective. How does it work? Define the problem. Clearly state the problem you're trying to solve. For example, customers complain that our product delivery is too slow. Make it worse. Now, instead of a solution, think, how can we make our delivery even slower and more problematic? Hire the slowest couriers. Only deliver at night when everyone is asleep. Constantly lose orders. Use the most illogical routes. Forget to pack items. Turn problems into solutions. Once you have a list of ways to worsen the situation, flip each point on its head and turn it into a potential solution. Hire the slowest couriers. Use drones and the most efficient couriers. Only deliver at night. Offer flexible delivery time slots. Constantly lose orders. Implement a precise order tracking and inventory system. Use the most illogical routes. Optimize routes using logistics software. Forget to pack items. Implement double-checking during packing. Why does it work? When we try to solve a problem directly, our brain often falls into the trap of habitual solutions. Reverse brainstorming removes this pressure. When you think about how to make a situation worse, it feels fun, and your brain becomes more relaxed, allowing itself to generate more unconventional and creative ideas. And when you flip them, you often get very fresh and effective solutions that might not have come to mind with a direct approach. It's like telling your brain, "Relax, we're just playing villains," and meanwhile, it churns out brilliant ideas for the hero. The importance of idea diversity. More is better at the start. The main rule during the brainstorming phase is quantity, not quality. At this stage, there are no bad ideas, there are only ideas. The more diverse ideas you generate, the higher the chance that a true gem will be among them. Imagine you are a gold prospector. You don't immediately search for a large gold nugget. You sift through tons of sand, hoping to find at least specks. Only after you've collected enough specks do you begin to clean, gather, and look for something truly valuable. Why diversity is critically important. Expands horizons. If you limit yourself to only obvious ideas, you miss out on potential breakthrough solutions. Sometimes the craziest idea can, with a little refinement, become the most profitable. Stimulates creativity. Every new idea, even a strange one, can serve as a trigger for another, more realistic, but no less innovative one. It's like a domino effect. Reduces falling in love risk. When you have 50 ideas, it's harder to fall in love with a single one that might turn out to be unviable. Having choices gives you objectivity, reveals hidden problems, opportunities. Sometimes while generating ideas, you may discover entirely new problems or opportunities that you hadn't even considered before. Don't be afraid to mix and match these techniques. Use a mind map to outline your problem, then apply Scamper to each branch to generate new ideas, and then conduct reverse brainstorming to find unconventional solutions. This stage is your creative laboratory. Allow yourself to be bold, even reckless. Write everything down. Don't discard anything. Only after you've exhausted all possible ideas will we move on to the next, more pragmatic stage, validation. Because having many ideas is good, but having one right idea, confirmed by the market, is the key to real success.